Okay, we're live. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today on the How Online Marketing Works Hangout. Just been trying to get some technical challenges. I wanted to play a video for you, but Google just doesn't want to play with YouTube. YouTube doesn't want to play with Google. I can play the video, but you won't be able to hear it, so that's really frustrating. So we will, without further ado, I'm going to move this over here so I'm looking at you guys while I look at the camera. I'm very excited to have you here. If you're part of our team, or my team specifically, really great to have you here. Welcome to the DubLi team that we're working with, and whether you're sponsored by me personally or in our downline, Kelly and I are very excited to have you join us and what this is going to offer to everyone that's here. If you're part of our wider team, and if you're not part of our team at all and you've no idea what I'm talking about DubLi, well, get in touch with me afterwards because you need to know. Okay, so I'm just going to check and see if the it's actually working. No, it's saying it's an error, so bear with me a second. Let's see what's going on. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to, joys of technical challenges. I'm just going to mute myself for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, coming back to you now. It looks like it's coming through. So if you can see this, there's some comments down below in the section. I just want to get your comments if you are able to see this, if it's coming through. So it's maybe a bit of a delay, but we'll see what happens. Okay. So there, it's got us kind of blanked out at the moment. I had to get paused for a minute or two, so we'll see how this goes. It's always a bit challenging watching yourself and coming back to you now. It looks like it's coming through. Sorry. Yeah, we've got multiple computers going here and trying to get this all working. So it looks like it's coming back on now on the Facebook page, like you guys are, to see if it's working. It's finally loading up here. Okay. All a bit daunting. Joys of technology, joys of working online. Okay, guys, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being part of our team. As I said, there's always the joys of technical challenges. But what we do is get on with this. But before I go any further, Kelly wants to say a quick hello before she goes and gets our daughter up. So we work together.
Sorry.
And there we go. And I just want, Kelly, say a quick hello, and then we're going to get into it.
Hi, I just wanted to say hi. Obviously, Andrew's going to be doing most of the training with this, but yeah, you're in good hands. He will guide you through all the beginning steps and get you familiar with some of the crazy jargon that's in this fun world of online, working with a business online and all the basically the new language that you will be introduced to. So you will be bilingual. So yeah, by the end of this, you will know lots of new terminology and stuff. But if you have any questions, like Andrew says, he'll be saying throughout the whole thing, ask questions. He'll be able to answer your questions pretty much live on the air. And yeah, that's it for me. Unless you want to say anything else.
No, so Kelly's really without business. I'm not going to touch on that too much in this training, but she's focusing a lot on the customer side of our business. As you know, we have two sides to our business, and she does a lot of work with social media, especially Facebook. So if you have questions, shoot them through, and we'll try and get them answered for you. And we're going to, as we work to build everyone's business together, that's something we'll be sharing with everyone, and how to do that for yourself and as part of our team. Okay.
Yeah. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves, guys. I'll see you later.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Ellie. Okay, guys. The feed, if you're listening to this, is about 30 seconds behind. I've got it on my other screen here, so I can kind of see that. It's so if you ask a question, I won't get it to you straight away, but I'll work at getting it answered as soon as I can see that come up. So I will scroll down on that to keep an eye on the comments. Thanks, Albie. Yep, we're live now. So what we're going to do, basically what I want to cover today, there's a lot of people on our team that this is the first online marketing business you've been involved with. And big shout out, big thank you for making the commitment, whether you've come in at the TM level, the TIA level, whatever it is, your commitment is there. This is, you've seen the potential with this business, just like we did a couple of weeks ago, and you are in a really good place, and we want to get you up to speed as fast as possible, and that's why I'm taking the time to do this. And you could re-watch it later. It'll be here on Kelly's fan page and also on our YouTube channel. There's a link to that below. There's a little icon down below, but you, of course, you always have the friend, just email me. That's what I'm here for, as either your sponsor or your upline, or anyone in our team. We're all here to help each other and grow, and it's really exciting times, and things are going crazy in a really good way. Okay, what I want to do is go through the sales funnel or sales cycle online, how that works. You may not be aware of how that works. I want to go through some terminology, like Kelly said, because there's going to be a lot of things that you've heard in the Skype room we've got or from emails, and you're going to go, what the heck are they talking about? So we're going to address some of those things right now, and you're not going to ever by the end of this, believe me. I've been doing this for a few years now, and I still am learning stuff constantly. But hopefully this gives you a good, strong foundation to be able to move forward. Okay. So what we're going to do is, I've got a bit of a PowerPoint slide show thing here that nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. We'll just go through, and we will, bear with me a second, I'm just bringing this up. Okay, so I've got to do that, and then I've got to share my screen. That would help as well. So let's see if we can get this going. That one right there. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that now. It should be a bit of a colorful little page there. I'll see it in a second if it comes up on the video. Okay, so really with the sales cycle online, there's really three parts to it. Just like any part of your retail. So if you think about it, let's take McDonald's for example. Okay, everyone in the world pretty much knows what McDonald's is. Golden arches, very recognizable and everything else, but they still advertise. So they do a lot of advertising, which gets people to be reminded about McDonald's, and then they ideally come into the restaurant and buy what they call a hamburger. Okay, so the video is working good. Now, what happens is they then have captured those people as customers, and then they make the sale there in the restaurant. Here's how it works online. Okay, we have what's called traffic, which you can see at the top left there. This comes from a variety of different sources. We're going to touch on some of them today. There's almost an infinite amount of ways you can get traffic. Part of our team, which may have been something that kind of sold you, so to speak, on our team, was how you're going to get traffic cheaply and effectively. Then that gets driven and captured, the traffic sources, if people are interested, and then we ideally want to convert those into paying customers or business associates or whatever the case may be for your business if you're not with us in DubLi. So traffic sources all come through and we shoot them over to what's called a capture page. I'll get into the terminology around that in a little bit. Capture page will be linked to an autoresponder, so you always want to be capturing people's email addresses and building what's called your list. You're going to be hearing that constantly from people. You're going to hear that again and again and again. Build your list, build your list, build your list. And those that are truly successful online are the ones that have done that over a period of time, and they've now got a kind of a following, I guess you could say, through that process, and we'll touch on that in a little bit. You also, a part of that capture page, will typically send people off to a sales page. You're not just going to get their email address and they wonder what's happening. You want to try and convert them as fast as possible, right? You know, you've spent money on this traffic more than likely, and you want to get that return on investment, so to speak, straight away. So as you would know with our sales funnel, people pop in their email address in the capture page, which our team has. Then they get sent to that Hangout page, which gives them the option to join up now after a couple of minutes, and they go through to your sign up page with DubLi Network. So that's the sales page, and obviously, ideally, avoid all the rest, go straight to paid customer, paid business associate. Now, if they don't do it straight away, they're going to get put into your follow-up series, and that's where the sales process goes through. So obviously, our follow-up series has about 12 messages in it. Hopefully you've gone through and personalized them all as required. If you have questions about that, talk to your sponsor or talk to me, and we'll get that all worked out for you, how to best do that. And then obviously those those follow-up messages, along with broadcast messages that you send, will direct people to a sales page or to a sign-up page to get started, and then convert as well. Okay. So hopefully that all makes sense. If you've got any questions, I know you guys are a couple of, about a minute behind me. Post the comment down there on the page under the video here, and we'll go there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go to the next slide. We're going to have a look at traffic. Okay, so traffic. What do I mean by traffic? Well, traffic is pretty much anything that comes onto your website or onto your capture page. That can be organic, what we call either paid traffic, organic traffic, or free, and sometimes that can be free traffic as well. Now, obviously, you do get what you pay for in a way with traffic. But you know, you're always going to find that diamond in the rough as well. So it's not about spending, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on a few clicks. Again, terminology, we'll cover that in a second. But it's also not spending $10 and getting, you know, 10,000 people, and half of them may be, you know, robots or something. So it's about finding that balance between good quality traffic and cost-effective traffic. And part of our team, you're already maybe aware of, if you've been with us at least for a few days, we're running co-ops, what we call a co-op, which allows you to come in and be part of a, well, literally, yeah, that co-op that is buying thousands and thousands, or I think it was close to 20,000 clicks that we bought this last week, and we can buy that in bulk at a lot cheaper rate than you could buy the same traffic at a couple of hundred clicks at a time. So it makes it very cost effective for you guys. So some of the examples of traffic in the online marketing, well, let's put it back to traffic. So traffic in the in what you may be used to, you're looking at newspaper ads. It's the advertising part, you know, your commercials and all that kind of stuff. What it does online is we've got things called solo ads, banners, YouTube marketing, video marketing. There's so many. Google AdWords. I could rattle off all day. Pay-per-click, Facebook advertising, Hangouts. These Hangouts can be used as a form of advertising if you wanted to. Just pretty much anything that gets people into your capture page is some kind of traffic. Obviously you can pay for it, or you can build it. SEO is a big one. So that's search engine optimization, and that is something that our team WooCar is going to be really working on with Matt Trainer. So you've probably got heard plenty about that, and that's going to be coming very soon. Okay. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea. There's lots of different types of traffic. The idea is to try and pick one or two marketing strategies to get that traffic and become a master of it. You know, as they say, become a master of, don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. So you really want to focus on just a couple of areas that interest you. Maybe you love writing, maybe you want to do blogging. That's another way, and getting a presence in that way. There's all these different things that you can do to really build your presence and get people interested in what you're doing and learn more about it. Okay, tools. Okay, so what do we use to do all this kind of stuff? Well, really, you know, a lot of people get online, and I posted something in our Skype room the other day. You know, people are worried about getting domains and all these fancy things to try and get a presence online. The only thing that is absolutely mandatory if you're going to work online is an email address and a autoresponder. Okay, now what do I mean by autoresponder? I mean an account with a company like Aweber. That's who we use. If you don't have this, talk to your sponsor, get them to get you set up with it. There's others called GetResponse, MailChimp. There's dozens of them out there. We use as a team primarily Aweber because that's our campaign codes that we share with our team are done through Aweber, and a whole lot of other things. So if you're in our team, haven't got anything, Aweber might be a really good place to start with and use that, because of the fact that it's something we all use, and we can provide a little bit of support. You know, our Skype room isn't an Aweber support line. Talk to your sponsor or go to Aweber directly. They're really good at it. But what that allows you to do is capture those email addresses and send out emails to a vast quantity of people at any one time. Normally, if you were to try and send out a couple of hundred email to a couple of hundred people at once, Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, any of these free mail services will basically block a lot of it, and you may have your account frozen because they're not designed to do that. Aweber and these other autoresponders have set up their servers. They have their own mail servers, and that allows them to send out tens or hundreds and thousands, if not millions of emails a day to people that have voluntarily subscribed to these lists. Okay, and as you know, Gmail and Hotmail and stuff can sometimes still, you know, block them and stuff like that. But if you follow the spam rules and, you know, really be careful of how you're constructing your messages and what you're putting in them, generally most of your messages will get through without a problem. Okay, now of course you can get more fancy once you've started building your business. You know, if you know HTML or if you know WordPress and stuff already, then maybe a website's a good idea. Having your own personal email address on your own domain is also a very good idea, because it's less likely to be blocked than, say, a Gmail account. But don't get bogged down in that. Again, don't get caught up in these little details that become overwhelming, and you just start running around on a treadmill. instead of getting into the race. It's all about building momentum, priming the pump, and actually putting what you're learning into practice immediately. Okay, duplication, duplication, duplication. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a bit of idea. Again, happy to talk to anyone one-on-one outside of this if you've got more questions, or pop them in the chat down there, and we'll keep going from here. So I'm just going to see, bear with me a second. Okay. Okay, just checking, make sure everyone's still seeing the video, so just putting a comment in there. Hopefully you guys can. Okay, so what we want to do is go to the next slide now. Okay, and something I just want to touch on briefly. Actually, before I do that, back on tools. Kelly mentioned about the lingo, and I want to touch on that right now. Is just cover some of the phrases that you may have heard floating around and stuff like that. So I'm going to go through them, give you a brief introduction. Really good way to do this, just go to Google and type in marketing dictionary or something. There's a few out there that you could just search and get the real definition, so to speak. But things like what's a rotator? What's a co-op? What's a capture page? What's a landing page, squeeze page, all these kind of things. So, so a co-op is, like I said before, is where you have a group of people get together, they all pitch in money, and they buy a large quantity of what we call clicks, which is clicks on a link to view your capture page, and then that you get it at a discounted rate. That would typically then be put into what's called a rotator. And what that is, exactly what it sounds like. Say you have 10 people in your co-op, all 10 people would put their links into the rotator, and then one link would be given to the provider for the advertising, and that link would then be distributed via the advertisement. When each person clicks on it, the first click would go to the person at the top of that co-op. The second click would go to the second person, third, fourth, so on and so on. Once the 10th person has theirs, it goes back up to the top, to the first person, until all the clicks have been distributed that were purchased. So hopefully that makes sense. That's why it can take a long time for co-ops to go through, because if you've got 20, 30, 50, 100 people in a co-op, you're only going to get one out of every 100 clicks or something like that, or 60 clicks. Okay, so what does clicks mean? Clicks exactly what it sounds like. If someone sends out a solo ad, there's a link in that solo ad, and the provider has typically written something saying, hey, check out this business opportunity, if you want to make money online, or watch this video to learn more. And basically, if someone says, oh, that could be cool, they'll click on it, and that is what's called a click. So when you're buying clicks, you're not buying leads or opt-ins into your Weber account, you're buying clicks. And normally, you might want, or you hope to get, obviously the higher percentage of opt-ins to clicks, the better. But it may be, it's the, I don't know, maybe 30, 40, 50% is usually. So you might get about a 2-to-1 ratio. So for every 2 clicks, you'll get 1 opt-in. Okay, capture pages. So that's exactly what it sounds like. It captures someone's email. It may also be called a landing page or a squeeze page. There's some phrases that are interchangeable. Sales funnel. That's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically where we're sending traffic to a capture page, and then you're going through that sales process. They can be from one page up to numerous pages. They can incorporate questionnaires and videos and payments and all this other information. It can become very, very complex and technical, or they could be literally just your capture page and that's it. So obviously, the more thought that goes into it, the more successful it may be. I think that's really all I want to touch on the lingo for right now. Like I said, if you're ever not sure, send me a message and we'll get it worked out so you can feel like you know what we're talking about. Okay, last thing I really want to touch on right now before I come back on the screen, guys, is about relationships and self-development. Working online and And working for yourself, pretty much in a way, is a very can be a very isolating thing, but it's also a very rewarding thing. You know, you haven't got a boss saying, you know, get back to work or anything else. You can work in your pajamas if you want. You know, you can spend time as a family. You can go and do appointments, and you know, you work your schedule. But it does take a big mind shift to really be comfortable doing that, because you don't have to clock in and clock out, so to speak. So your success is up to you, and having the right mindset is what it's all about. And in that, the mindset that you have is what will be communicated to the list that you have, and they will read into that, and that's where the relationship comes in. So as you're getting people onto your list, sharing your story, sharing your experiences, your wins, your losses, and everything in between is really important, because people want to know that you're real, that you're not just some person that's going to you know, sign them up and then disappear for good. That's you know, not cool, and that's something we want to avoid, obviously, because you know, you're never going to have success if that's the way you do it. You know, you want to build relationships and get other people succeeding as much as you are. I don't want to talk too much more about that. This is a whole we can do a whole hangout on self-development and mindset and everything at another time. Maybe we'll do that in the next couple of weeks. But obviously, you know, we want to get everyone comfortable with online marketing and what that involves right now. Okay, so I'm going to come back now. Let's get this going. Just wait for the computer to unfreeze itself. Okay, and here we come back. Okay, so what I want to do now is throw it out to everyone. I know there is a lag there, so I'm just going to say, let me know if you have any questions. Just going to put that there. Okay. Okay, so we'll just see if anyone has any questions at all. We really, you know, I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know everyone's really busy wanting to build their business with DubLi, and this is, you know, as important as this is, like I said, you need to go and implement everything we've talked about. So, but I want to, you know, address any questions that people may have right now. So yeah, so post them in the comments there, guys, and we'll see what we can do to help you out right now. I'm just going to have a glass of water while anyone puts any comments in. So, okay, guys. Well, if no one's got any questions right now, I want to, you know, just take this opportunity to thank you for coming along and watching this hangout. If you're watching it live, if you are watching this as a recording, then definitely, I hope that it's answered some of your questions. And as I've said, we're here, Kelly and I are here specifically to help anyone in our downline and also our team. If you're not sure about where you're at, or if you are looking for an opportunity and you haven't ever had success online, then, you know, the best thing about our team is that we are here to help everyone succeed. It's all about the team success. It's not about one or two people achieving everything and just, you know, blowing everyone else off, because that's not how we work. You know, we want everyone to have success, and if you're half aware of what the compensation plan and the rewards inside DubLi are, then you'll know that we've got 500 villas in the Grand Cayman up for grabs, and we want our team to have the majority of those. So there's big goals coming up. Okay, I think that's about it. I've got nothing else.
On YouTube. I just want to.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
You just actually got a subscriber.
Yeah, so one of the great things, I did talk about video marketing a little bit, is YouTube is really powerful. Use it. It really does create that presence, because people aren't just reading text on a page; they're actually seeing. That's the microphone. They're seeing you, they're hearing your voice, and they're able to start really building that one-on-one relationship with you in a way as well. And you can do training, you can share your experiences, your passions, and everything else. And you may find people, that really come out of nowhere that find you. So that's really it for me. Kelly, do you have anything else?
Just to check out our YouTube channel, because we'll be doing
so if you are interested in Aweber and want to learn more about it, I've got a whole playlist on there. Kelly's putting up some customer training videos, so you guys can learn how to promote and get customers, and even feel free to use those as social evidence, social proof, because that is really important. Testimonials as well, guys. If you're working with some other people, do testimonials for each other about the great relationship you've got working with Jim and Bob, whatever, and share that. If you want me to give you a testimonial, just send me an email. I'm happy to do it and give you a shout out and do a video for you. That's really, it's all about that social proof, so that people see, one, this person's real, but two, also that they've got the ability to look after the people that they're working with, because there are so many people out there, and this drives me crazy, guys. It really does. So please don't do this to anyone. Is you sign someone up and then you disappear. Now, if they choose to never get in touch with you, that's there's nothing we can do about that. There are people that do that. But if you have got someone that's asking and reaching out for you, make sure you help them, because remember, you were there at one point as well. Okay, so there's a couple of comments have come in. Thanks, Damien. Fantastic. Tyler, if you've got a bunch of basketball coaches emails, do you think that... look, sending emails out to people that you don't know personally, you won't be able to use Aweber for it. I can tell you that, because you can't manually enter emails into Aweber without getting confirmation from that person that it's okay to add them. So if you want to use your own personal email address to send that out, it depends on the relationship, on the standing you have with these people. If you don't really know them at all, it's kind of tough. Maybe I'll have a chat to you outside of this, but it's careful that it would be perceived as getting a bit spammy, depending how you phrase it, I guess, as well. If you're in, I think, Tyler, you're in at the TLA level, so you have access to the partner program. Now, if these basketball coaches work with schools or something like that, you may be able to sell the partner program to them to get the... And I guess this is a bit more towards our business, so maybe we'll have a chat about this, but there's ways of getting around that by promoting something that would benefit them more than anything else. So let's have a chat, add me on Skype, and let's have a chat about that off this. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. No other questions have come through, so thank you for the time that you invested in this. Sorry for the little technical hiccup at the beginning. I wish I could have played that video, because it really does. It's something that Albi, my sponsor, shared well over 12 months ago now, but this business is what has really been at home, because we see so much potential in DubLi. And you guys have obviously seen it as well if you're part of our team or our wider team. If you come across this video and you again have no idea what DubLi is, send me an email. I want to share it with you, because it's just, I'm not a hype guy at all. I hate hype. I usually undersell, and I'm a horrible salesperson. But I'm passionate about helping people, training people, and teaching people, and getting them to achieve what they're capable of. And I think we are all capable, guys, of greatness. We've all been given gifts. They're going to be different gifts most of the time, but if we work together with those gifts, we can accomplish far more than we can just individually. And that's what our team is all about. And that's why our team is so great. Okay, so I'm going to stop ranting now. Have a great rest of the day. It's Saturday. The sun is out. So I'm going to leave it there. Those of you for Friday night, have a great rest of your Friday night. And we'll talk soon. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.